Hi, my name is Karen Brogan, and I'm going to tell you today about my son Karsten Brogan. He's 16, almost 17 years old now. Karsten was born in October 1995. Had a really good pregnancy, went full term. Into my pregnancy, I developed a little bit of complications, and we were in the doctor's office, and it was discovered that he was going to be born with hydrocephalus at full term, and we had an emergency C-section that night, and he was put in ICU immediately so he could have a VP shunt placed, and the hydrocephalus was explained to me, and the surgery took place. Hydrocephalus is the medical term for water on the brain. So Karsten was born with an extreme amount of hydrocephalus. He was missing almost his entire right brain at birth, and he was missing some of his left brain, and the shunt was placed almost 2 days later. He was almost 2 days old when he had his first surgery, and he stayed in ICU until he was 9 days old, and we went home, and at 2 weeks old we went back for a checkup and had to have one more small surgery on the shunt, and then he made it all the way till he was 4, and the birth prognosis was poor. What they told us immediately was that because of the large amount of brain that was missing, a large amount of hydrocephalus, the medical terminology for the missing brain is macrocephaly, and because there was such an extreme case for him, we were told to not expect much from his life, that he would probably never walk or talk, and he would be severely handicapped. They told us to consider putting him in a state home for disabled children, and they didn't think his life would have much quality to it. And we're very strong believers and told the doctors they could do the shunt. We agreed to the surgery, but we were going to put the rest in God's hands, and that we were going to believe for the supernatural for our son, believe for miracles. And the journey began. He started going to therapy immediately as an infant. Put him in physical therapy, occupational therapy, play therapy, early intervention. They call it early intervention. And when he was an infant up through 2 years old, they did early intervention play therapy at our house with him in Arizona. And then we had a birthday and turned 2. He was old enough to qualify to go to a preschool type group that had a PT, OT, speech therapist, all of the different therapies incorporated with some preschool, regular preschool curriculum, and it was all inclusive. And he went to that program for a year, and then started him in preschool with special ed services. He was walking, talking, developing beautifully. He didn't walk till he was 20 months. He did have to wear a brace. Has cerebral palsy on his left side of his body, and he wore a brace on his left leg. He didn't walk till he was 20 months, but then he took off once they put the brace on, and he was good to go. And we went in for checkups constantly to Phoenix Children's Hospital every 6 months, probably spaced out a little bit, became yearly. And it turned out it was obvious that he was developing beautifully. Put him in school. He did get some special help in school. They told us there were specific areas he would always struggle in, and in those areas he got special help, but he progressed through school, but was just never a very strong student. And about the time he was coming to the end of elementary school, getting ready to go to middle school, developed how are you going to go to edit this? We were made aware of Learning RX through Donisa Walker. She's a personal friend from church, and she told us all about Learning RX. She knew some of Karsten's history, and we came in and did an evaluation and went over the areas that he was having trouble in, and she evaluated him for us and let us know what she believed the training could do for him, enrolled him in the program. At this point, we became a homeschool family. He was going into 6th grade, and at that age, he did Learning RX for that full year of school. And I'm messing up